Hello everyone. Today we will be discussing the remaining problems of miscellaneous exercise of chapter number 5, complex numbers and quadratic equations. The first question which we are dealing today is question number 11. If a plus ib is equal to x plus I the whole square divided by 2x square plus 1, then prove that a square plus b square is equal to x square plus 1 the whole square divided by 2x square plus 1 the whole square. So the given fact is a plus ib is equal to x plus I the whole square divided by 2x square plus 1. And the thing which we need in the left hand side of the proof, that is a square plus b square. And how will we get a square plus b square term? If we are taking the modulus of this, we will get a root of a square plus b square as the term in the left hand side. So first process is to take the modulus on both the sides. Okay, so taking mod on both sides. What we will get? This will become mod of a plus ib is equal to mod of x plus I the whole square divided by 2x square plus 1. Actually it is like this, but since we know the property that z1 by z2, whole modulus of z1 by z2 is mod z1 by mod z2, we will apply that here so that the right hand side becomes mod of x plus I the whole square divided by 2x square plus 1 mod, and this is a real number, so its modulus will be the same number. Okay, now the left hand side will become root of a square plus b square, that is modulus of a complex number is root of the real part square plus the imaginary part square, is equal to, here when you have, we are just taking what is modulus of x plus I. So here the real part is x and imaginary part is 1. So you will get root of x square plus 1. But you have the whole square also, so that this will become like this. Divided by, and since this is your real number only, you will have the modulus to be 2x square plus 1. Okay. Now, if you are taking the square on both sides, that is squaring both sides. Why we are squaring? Because we need a square plus b square. So squaring, the left hand side will become a square plus b square. The right hand side will become, what you will get? So we'll go right hand side, actually it was your x square plus 1 because root and square has been gone. So this is your x square plus 1 divided by 2x square plus 1, this the whole square. So that it becomes x square plus 1 the whole square divided by 2x square plus 1 the whole square, which is your RHS. Okay. So a square plus b square equal to x square plus 1 the whole square divided by 2x square plus 1 the whole square. Question number 12 is, let z1 equal to 2 minus I, z2 equal to minus 2 plus I. Find first one the real part of z1 z2 by z1 bar, and second one is imaginary part of 1 by z1 z1 bar. Okay, so first what we will do is we will find out what is this term getting as, and then when it is in the form a plus ib, we can just take the real part of that, and here again we will find out what is this and then the imaginary part of that. Okay, so first we will start with what is z1 z2 and what is z1 bar. Z1 is given to be 2 minus I, right? And z2 is minus 2 plus I. Now what will be z1 bar? These are only the things which you need in the total question, that is you want z1 bar and z1 z2. Okay, so z1 bar means you have to change the sign of the imaginary part. That means if it is 2 minus I, its conjugate will be 2 plus I. Okay, 2 plus I is the conjugate of z1. Now we will start with what is z1 z2. 2 minus I into minus 2 plus I, which will give you minus 4 plus 2I plus 2I minus I square. Minus 4 plus these two will give you 4I. This will give you minus of minus 1, which is plus 1. So minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3 plus 4I. This is your Z1, Z2. Now you need Z1, Z2 by Z1 bar. So it will be Z1, Z2 by Z1 bar is equal to minus 3 plus 4i divided by Z1 bar is 2 plus I. Now in order to remove the denominator term, that is the complex form of this, we are just multiplying and dividing with the conjugate of 2 plus I. So you will get it to be minus 3 plus 4i by 2 plus I into 2 minus I in the numerator as well as denominator. Okay, so that this will give you minus 6 plus 3I plus 8I minus 4I square divided by, this is a plus b into a minus b form, so you will get a square, which is 4, 2 square, minus I square. I square is minus 1, so you will get plus I square is, you will get 4 plus 1. So the denominator became the real part, that is 5. Now what about the numerator? Minus 6, and here you will have minus 4 into minus 1, which is plus 4. So minus 6 plus 4, and these two will give you 11i divided by 5. That is minus 2 plus 11i by 5. So this is your total term Z1, Z2 by Z1 bar. And what you need, this can be split and written as minus 2 by 5 plus I into 11 by 5. So you can see that this is the real part and this is the imaginary part. This is real, this is imaginary part. So what they have asked, therefore, the real part of Z1, Z2 by Z1 bar is equal to minus 2 by 5. Okay. Now the second part is imaginary part of 1 by Z1, Z2 bar. We have the property Z bar is equal to mod Z square. So that this will give you Z1 bar will be mod Z1 square, right? So what we are doing is, we are just finding out what will be Z1 bar, or instead of that we can just find out what is your mod Z1 square. What do you mean by mod Z1? It will be root of the real part square plus imaginary part square. So you will get root of 2 square plus minus 1 the whole square, and that the whole square you have, so that these whole squares will get cancelled and you will get this to be 4 plus 1 5. Okay, root 5 the whole square, which is 5. So you got your Z1 bar as 5. Therefore 1 by Z1 bar will be 1 by 5. So there is nothing to write as the imaginary part. You can just write like this in your a plus ib form. So what is your imaginary part of 1 by Z1 bar? Will be 0, because it has only the real part. Okay. Question number 14 is, find the real numbers x and y if x minus iy into 3 plus 5i is the conjugate of minus 6 minus 24i. Now what do you mean by conjugate of a complex number? You have to change the imaginary part's sign. That means, according to question, they are saying that x minus iy into 3 plus 5i is equal to the conjugate of minus 6 minus 24i. Conjugate symbol is bar, right? Whole bar of this number, and the conjugate of this number will be minus 6 plus 24i. That is, we are changing the sign of the imaginary part. If it is negative, it will become positive while taking the conjugate. Now we have to just multiply the left hand side and then compare the real and imaginary parts separately in order to get the equations with x and y. Two equations in two unknowns. Okay, so here multiplying, you will get 3x plus 5xi minus 3yi minus 5yi square is equal to minus 6 plus 24i. 3x, here again I square will give you negative 1, so it will become positive 5y. So you are just collecting the real parts together, plus I into imaginary part will give you 5x minus 3y is equal to minus 6 plus 24i. Now two complex numbers are equal when the real part of one is equal to the real part of the other and imaginary part equal to the imaginary part of the other. That means this will give you two equations, which is 3x plus 5y equal to minus 6 and 5x minus 3y equal to 24. Now you can use any of the methods to find out the value of x and y. So I am just using the elimination method. In order to use elimination method, we have to just make the coefficient of one of the variables equal. First into 3 and second into 5 will give you the numbers as 9x plus 15y is equal to minus 18 and 25x minus 15y is equal to, you will get 120. Okay, now if I am adding the two equations, this will get removed. You will get 9 plus 25 as the coefficient of x, which is 34x, equal to, here you will get 120 minus 18. 120 minus 18 will give you how much? 102. Okay, 102. So that your x is 102 by 34. And this will give you equal to 3. So your x value is 3. Now you have to find out the y value. For that you can use any of the equations. If I am using first equation, that is 3x plus 5y equal to minus 6, put the value of x in 3x plus 5y equal to minus 6. What I'll get is 3 into x value is 3 plus 5y is equal to minus 6. 9 plus 5y equal to minus 6. 5y equal to minus 6 minus 9. Here what you will get? Minus 15. 5y equal to, and minus 15 by 5 will give you minus 3. So your x is equal to, the real numbers x and y are 3 and minus 3. Okay. 15th question is, find the modulus of 1 plus I by 1 minus I minus 1 minus I by 1 plus I. So in order to find out the modulus, what we will do is, first we will just simplify this term in your a plus ib form and then find out the modulus of that term. Okay, so it is 1 plus I by 1 minus I minus 1 minus I by 1 plus I is equal to 1 minus I into, we are just taking the LCM in the denominator, it will become 1 minus I by, into 1 plus I, and taking here the numerator will become 1 plus I the whole square minus of 1 minus I the whole square. Again expanding will give you 1 plus 2I plus I square minus of 1 minus 2I plus I square divided by, again this is in the form a minus b into a plus b. So it is a square minus b square. So here you will get 1 square minus I square. Okay. Now this will give you 1 plus 2I plus I square minus 1 plus 2I minus I square divided by, here you have 1 square 1 minus I square. I square is minus 1, so it will become plus 1, right? Now you have 1 and 1 to be cancelled, I square and minus I square, so that you are getting the numerator as 2I plus 2I, which is 4I, divided by this will give you 2, which is again equal to 2I. So the term after simplification became 2I, that is, it has only imaginary part, or you can rewrite this as 0 plus 2I, so that your real part is 0 and imaginary part is 2. Now what will be the modulus of, therefore the modulus of 1 plus I by 1 minus I minus 1 minus I by 1 plus I will be, what you will get here? Modulus is root of real part plus imaginary part, so that you are getting root of 4, which is 2. Therefore the modulus of this term is 2. Okay. Question number 16 is, if x plus iy the whole cube is equal to u plus iv, then show that u by x plus v by y is equal to 4 into x square minus y square. Okay, so what we will do is, we will start with this, expand this, and we will just compare the real and imaginary part separately. So here you will get x plus iy the whole cube is equal to u plus iv expanding a plus b the whole cube will give you x cube plus I cube y cube, iy the whole cube plus 3x square iy plus 3x y square, that means 3i square y square equal to u plus iv. So here it is x cube, here I cube, again you know that I cube is, you will get minus I, it is I square into I, so it is minus I. So here you will get minus I into y cube plus 3x square yi, so there are no change in this term. Here you have I square, again I square is minus 1, so you will replace the value here and this will become negative, so it is minus 3xy square equal to u plus iv. Okay, now we will just take the real parts together, that is the terms without I. X cube minus 3xy square is your terms without I, and the remaining two terms you have with I, which are, here it is positive, so I am writing it first, minus y cube. Okay, this is your u plus iv. Now what we can do is, this is again in the form a plus ib, this is also in the form a plus ib, so that you can just compare, since it is equal to in between, real parts should be equal and imaginary parts should be equal. So you will get u is equal to, comparing, you can write, comparing both sides, real parts will be equal, that is u will be equal to x cube minus 3xy square and v will be equal to 3x square y minus y cube. Now here you can see that you have something in common which can be taken out, that is x, and remaining will be x square minus 3y square. And here again you have y in common, taking out you will get 3x square minus y square. Okay, now why I have done this is to find out what is u by x directly from this equation. Since it is u equal to x into x square minus 3y square, u by x will be x square minus 3y square. And from the second term, second equation, you will get v by y is equal to 3x square minus y square. This will be easy for you to calculate because the left hand side you have got, you have to just add these two equations. Okay, or else you can just replace the value of u and v in the left hand side, taking the left hand side and substituting for u and v which you got, and then you will get the answer. So this is equation number 1, 2. Equation 1 plus 2, adding the two equations will give you u by x plus v by y is equal to x square minus 3y square plus 3x square minus y square. So that collect the terms x square together, you will get 4x square, and these two together will give you minus 4y square. Take 4 out, so it is 4 of x square minus y square, which is your required term. Okay. Question number 17 is, if alpha and beta are different complex numbers with mod beta equal to 1, then find mod of beta minus alpha divided by 1 minus alpha bar beta. Now, in order to find out the modulus value of a thing, we are just starting with the whole square, mod square of that value. That means mod of this term square. Why? Because we know that mod z square is z bar. So using this concept, we are just expanding that term. Okay, so we are starting with mod of beta minus alpha by 1 minus alpha bar beta the whole square, so that we can just expand it and write it in this form, the product of two, in which one term is this and the other one is its conjugate, that is beta minus alpha by 1 minus alpha bar beta into beta minus alpha by 1 minus alpha bar beta the whole bar. The whole bar means this is meant for both the terms, numerator and denominator, and again since we know that z1 by z2 the whole bar is same as z1 bar by z2 bar, you can just apply it here, so that this will become beta minus alpha by 1 minus alpha bar beta into beta minus alpha the whole bar divided by 1 minus alpha bar beta the whole bar, again equal to beta minus alpha by 1 minus alpha bar beta into, this will give you mod of z1 plus z2, conjugate of z1 plus z2 is equal to z1 bar plus z2 bar. So that we are applying here, so that you can write beta bar minus alpha bar divided by, here it is 1 bar. 1 bar is 1 itself. It doesn't have any conjugate because it is a real number. The others are complex numbers. Now alpha bar, the whole bar, and beta bar. So separately we are just giving the conjugate to each term. Okay. Now again you have the property z bar, the whole bar is equal to z. That is conjugate of a complex, conjugate of a complex number is the complex number itself. So here you will get alpha, that is beta minus alpha by 1 minus alpha bar beta into, so will give you beta bar minus alpha bar divided by 1 minus alpha beta bar. Okay, alpha bar the whole bar became alpha. Now you have to just multiply the terms, so that this will give you beta beta bar minus beta alpha bar minus alpha beta bar plus alpha alpha bar divided by, again here you will have 1 minus alpha beta bar minus alpha bar beta plus alpha alpha bar beta beta bar. Okay, we have just multiplied each term. Now you just see, since it is given that mod beta is equal to 1, that we can use here. How? Again we are applying the same property, z bar is equal to mod z square. So you'll get beta beta bar is equal to mod beta. Beta bar will give you mod beta square. Again you have alpha alpha bar, there you can use mod alpha square. Okay, so this term will become mod beta square. This is again alpha bar beta. I have not done anything, just interchange the position, then minus alpha beta bar, and here again it is alpha alpha bar, so that I can write it as mod alpha square divided by 1 minus alpha beta bar minus alpha bar beta plus, this is mod alpha square into mod beta square. Now what is given in the question? Mod beta is equal to 1. Mod beta equal to 1 means mod beta square is also equal to 1. So that you can just replace the value of mod beta square as 1. That is, you are getting 1 minus alpha bar beta minus alpha beta bar plus mod alpha square. Here you cannot do anything because for alpha no concept is given here in the question. Divided by, here you will get 1 minus alpha beta bar minus alpha bar beta plus, again this mod beta square will become 1, so that you will only get this term as left with mod alpha square. Okay, now you just check, both the numerator and denominator are the same. 1 minus alpha beta bar minus alpha bar beta plus alpha square mod alpha square by same thing. So you can just cancel, that means it is 1. So that you are getting modulus, the whole square of the term is 1. That means modulus of that term is also equal to 1. Okay, since you have mod of beta minus alpha by 1 minus alpha bar beta the whole square is equal to 1, you will get mod of beta minus alpha by 1 minus alpha bar beta is also equal to 1. Okay. Question number 18 is, find the number of non-zero integral solutions of the equation mod of 1 minus I the whole raised to x is equal to 2 raised to x. Non-zero integral solution means except 0, if you have any integral solution, that you have to find out. Okay, so first we will just start with 1 minus I the whole raised to x is equal to 2 raised to x. Now we are just simplifying what is modulus. What is mod of a complex number? It is root of the real part square plus imaginary part square. So you will get root of 1 square real part plus imaginary part is again minus 1 the whole square. This, the whole raised to x you have, is equal to 2 raised to x. That is root of, this will give you 1 square plus 1 square, which is 2. So root of 2, root 2 the whole raised to x is equal to 2 raised to x. Now what we are doing is, we are just making this as 2 raised to 1 by 2. Why? In order to make the base same. So this is 2 raised to 1 by 2 the whole raised to x is equal to 2 raised to x. So this will give you 2 raised to x by 2 is equal to 2 raised to x. Now again you can see that the base is same on both the sides, so that your powers will be equal. So you are getting x by 2 is equal to x. That is x by 2 minus x is equal to 0, or minus x by 2 is equal to 0. That means x is equal to 0. So you are actually getting 0 as the solution. That means you are not getting any non-zero integral solution for the given equation. Therefore, there is no non-zero integral solution for the given equation. You have only the solution as 0. Okay. Question number 19 is, if a plus ib into c plus id into e plus if into g plus ih is equal to a plus ib, capital A plus I capital B, then show that a square plus b square into c square plus d square into e square plus f square into g square plus h square is equal to capital A square plus capital B square. So we will start with the question, which is a plus ib into c plus id into e plus if into g plus ih is equal to a plus ib, which is given in the question. Okay, given. Now what we are doing is we are taking modulus on both sides. Why we are taking modulus? In order to get this type of term. Okay, so taking mod on both sides, we'll get mod of a plus ib into c plus id into e plus if into g plus ih is equal to mod of a plus ib. Now mod of, if you have two terms, you have studied mod z1 z2 is same as mod z1 into mod z2. So that here you will get separately modulus is also equal to this one, that is mod of a plus ib into mod of c plus id into mod of e plus if into mod of g plus ih is equal to mod of a plus ib. Now what do you mean by mod of a plus ib? It is root of a square plus b square, root of a square plus b square into root of c square plus d square into root of e square plus f square into root of g square plus h square is equal to capital A square plus b square. So modulus definition we have applied here. Now in order to get the answer, what we need, we have to remove this root. That means taking square on both sides, that is squaring both sides, you will get a square plus b square into c square plus d square into e square plus f square into g square plus h square is equal to, okay, here you have root of is equal to a square plus b square. Okay, this is also root of a square plus b square. So here the root will go and it will give you a square plus b square. Okay. Question number 20 is, if 1 plus I by 1 minus I the whole raised to m is equal to 1, then find the least positive integral value of m. That means what should be the power of this term so that you are getting 1. That m should be the minimum power you have to find out. It should be the least positive integral value, least positive integer. Okay, so for that, first we will just take this term which is inside this power and simplify it and then take the power. Okay, so first we will start with 1 plus I by 1 minus I. Now in order to make it in your a plus ib form, you have to take the conjugate, multiply it with the numerator and the denominator. What is the conjugate of the denominator? It is 1 plus I. Because the denominator is 1 minus I, its conjugate is 1 plus I. So you'll get 1 minus I into 1 plus I. Numerator will also have 1 plus I into 1 plus I. So we have multiplied with the conjugate, that both the numerator and the denominator. So that this will give you 1 plus I the whole square divided by, this is again a plus b into a minus b, which will give you 1 square minus a square minus b square. Okay. Again expanding the numerator, you will get, this is a plus b the whole square, 1 plus 2i plus I square divided by 1, I square is again giving you negative 1, so that it will become 1 plus 1. So 1 plus 2i, this is minus 1 divided by 2. So 1 minus 1 get cancelled, you will get 2i by 2, which is equal to I. So your term reduces to I. Which term? 1 plus I by 1 minus I. Therefore, 1 plus I by 1 minus I, the whole raised to m, will be I raised to m. And what is the least power of I which gives you 1? It is 4. Right? This is equal to 1 is given in the question. This is given. So if I raised to m is equal to 1, then your m should be 4. So this is the least positive integral value of m. You can say 4 is the least positive integral value of m is equal to 4.